T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, our school's locked down. They're not letting anybody in.
But they know who I am.
That's why they know who I am. They know who both of us
That's why
are.
they let you stay out
They
there.
know who you are, too, up in Marysville. They wouldn't let you walk into school.
Oh, they would.
Oh, hey, Common Man.
Hey, Common Man here for take this coat. It's cold outside.
Your kid doesn't even go here. What are you in the class for? Get out of here.
You know what? I saw some other kids not dressed appropriately, so I brought some garments.
Featuring Panama Ted.
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall.
I love a good, thin meat.
And a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore. Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Wednesday to you. T-Bone and Tyvis today. Hello, Tyvis. How are you?
I'm doing, you know what? I was doing well. Last night happened, and it was, I had mixed emotions about it because I'm a Cavs fan, and it hurt me to watch how that game ended.
Yeah.
But I also am a fan of great things happening, like great moments.
Sure.
And Tyrese did that step back he did on Ty Jerome. It was up there with Kemba Walker in college, but except Ty Jerome didn't fall down. But it was to that extent to me where it was like, wow.
He recovered, but it was all the damage was done when he goes one way, pretty much on skates, and we're gonna talk a bit about this Cavs game because I was watching the entire thing and I was the whole time I'm just like, oh, they got a 10-point lead. That's nice. The Pacers can burp a 12-point run like nobody.
How you feel?
Oh, the whole time I'm like, it's just the whole time I'm like, this is 3 quarters. We've done this for 3 quarters. Hope nobody's tired when we get to the final 5 minutes and everybody's gassed. Like,
you know what?
I'm not typing anything. I'm not talking about it. Like, I just didn't want to say a lot because I was so worried.
Like that.
So worried.
You suffer from like PTSD or something. Listen,
this is probably true.
On the other hand, I was the opposite. When they was winning, because it started, I was doing the Buckeye show last night, and it started, so I'm watching the game. When I left, they were up by like 12 points. So I thought to myself, oh, Indiana's a fraud. They were who I thought they were this whole time. We doing this with backups in the game. And, that we get to like a minute left, and we up by 7, and I'm just sitting there just twiddling my thumbs, just watching just bad things after bad things. After the putback dunk, I'm like, oh, man.
Listen, there's a lot to get into with this game, and I would hope that most of our audience at least was aware of the Cavs game and checked it out. I mean, if you're not a huge NBA fan, I understand. Maybe you're watching playoff hockey, but it's the Cavs. They're the only Ohio NBA team we have. So, I mean, I don't get to watch every Cavs game. I'm not going to call myself a live and die Cavs fan, but I'm rooting for the Cavs to win this. I don't think there's any question. Now I'm going to have to find a new team to root for the rest of this playoffs because they're about to be out of this thing. That's almost done. But until they're done, I'm rooting for them. I am rooting for them. But I'm watching last night, entirely just expecting at some point Pacers just go on a run. And I thought, if the Cavs could, but then Donovan Mitchell goes for 48 points.
He needed 50 to win. I said it. I said it on the Cleveland show. I said he needed to score 50 to win.
And you were 100% correct.
They would have won.
But that poster dunk he had.
Siakam.
Oh my gosh, that was just. I'm watching that, and I tweeted it and just posted like, he's that guy. That's great. And then after the game, I got a lot of people like, how about Tyrese Halliburton? He is the guy. And I'm like, okay, let's just calm down.
First of all, we need that you comparing apples to oranges.
I didn't say that Tyrese Halliburton sucked when I said this dunk was cool.
We're not about to sit there and say him and Donovan is in the same class. Like that's not the case.
No, it's
I will say every time I see Donovan dunk on somebody like that, it blows my mind that he's 6'1".
Yes.
Like this man. Yes. I know rosters say 6'3", he's 6'1". I'm telling you, this man is 6'1", and he be dunking on people like this.
Well, he's also, he's built more like a running back than most NBA players. Well, what I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying, like, usually you don't see 6'1" guys who have a little bit of like muscle to them, able to just get up like that against NBA defenders. It's rare. Like AI could do it because he was like 150 pounds, like soaking wet.
Yes.
And he was one of my all-time favorite players. So
you and everybody else. I was more of a Tracy McGrady guy back in that time.
I don't have any hatred for Tracy McGrady. Could have used. I'll tell you what, though.
He never made it out the second round, though. He's like, him and Donovan is in the same boat because I don't think Tracy McGrady ever made it past the second round in the playoffs.
Here's my concern, because I saw a lot of Cavs fans, a lot of people probably just excited about the Cavs watching this game who were like, in the final 2 minutes, we're complaining about calls. Oh, this should have been a foul. Listen, the Cavs weren't in this game if they called the game like a regular NBA game is called. No question. If they called all the fouls that you get in a normal NBA game, they would have been in it. But I'm saying
Donovan shot playing like 18 free throws yesterday, so it's not like they wasn't calling fouls.
They were. And by the way, every time he got a call, like he's on the ground. Like it wasn't like he wasn't foul hunting. It wasn't any of that. It was. He went to the rim and got rocked almost every time and kept getting up. And I'm just like, man, I hope he gets up every time.
But you know why that part frustrates me?
Why?
It's because this entire season, I don't know how many of our listeners have watched all the Cavs games. Due to the fact that I do the Cleveland show, I have to.
You're watching a lot of it.
Yeah, I see a lot of it. The biggest knock on this Cavs team and for the past 2 years have been they're soft. They're soft. You get physical with them, you'll win the game.
The Knicks in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Last year, right, yeah.
So what happened was when you seen game one, it was a lot of physicality. And what I didn't like was when, Kenny Atkinson comes out and he says, it was 2 plays that we should have got calls. Like I don't never complain about the refs, but I'm just saying they missed these 2 calls. And last night, I thought that they were playing at a high level. The calls I felt like the referees might have felt like they did miss those 2 calls, so they was giving a lot of makeup calls in this game. But at the end of the day, Donovan is out there on one leg because he got he's dealing with like a calf injury or something like that. And you can tell because he can't shoot, but he got up to dunk that ball, which is crazy. But you watching your leader sit there and they kept beating him up every time he went to just keep physical. They did the Michael Jordan, just keep beating him up. And we ain't seen anybody from the Cavs step up to throw a bow, to take his defense, to be physical with them. Like it was none of that. And then to me, it's just like they laid down. And to me, the Pacers kind of took their heart because the Cavs played that game like it was a must-win game.
Yeah.
Like they did everything they could to win that game. Donovan knew what he had to do with one leg, and he did it. And the fact that Tyrese took their soul like that, I can see why it's done. Like y'all, all your other guys is hurt. Like that's gonna force them to have to come back earlier than they want to.
I'm so frustrated by that because exactly for what you said. Because you had to have that game.
Yeah,
you got the defensive performance you needed. You got the hero ball you needed from Donovan Mitchell. All you needed was 2 minutes where you.
No, you just needed 1. You was up by 7 points with 1 minute to go.
I know, but 2 minutes, just get the ball inbounds and run basic offense, and you're fine. And just don't commit stupid turnovers. It always comes down to the simple things 9 times out of 10 in basketball. If you execute, you will win. If you have a lead late in a game, that's what late in a game, if you execute, you will win.
I mean, just you think about this. How often has somebody came off of a missed free throw, came from the half court line, caught the ball and dunked it? That's one. Then secondly, Tyrese Halliburton misses the free throw to tie the game or maybe make them down 1, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And Ty Jerome was supposed to box him out, loses him, lets him get the ball, let him reset the offense, calls him out one-on-one, hit him with his left hand has been messed up the entire game, and he was going left. Ty Jerome followed him to the left hard, which he shouldn't have. He should have let him go left to try to finish with his bad hand, but he didn't do that. Let him hit the step back and call game. Like, it was just Ty Jerome really he lost himself some money
this
with
is
other
why
teams.
It hurts so much because Ty Jerome has had such a great season. He's a talented player. And last night I'm watching. He's the guy too that should have been boxed out. Was it Nesmith that had the putback done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Naismith he had the putback. But the free throw with Tyrese Halliburton was the one.
No, I know, but he was also
Jared Allen.
He should have been blocking that guy out.
They tip it, and Halliburton somehow comes up with it. Like that's. It's unacceptable. Like in that game, and a guy to have it, you can't be doing that.
Here's where I part ways with a lot of Cavs fans because I will tell you when we come back, the thing that I have seen that bugs the hell out of me when I'm watching this after the game, where it's like we all saw it was wrong. I thought we all knew what was going on. What lost the Cavs the game is not what people are complaining about, and I think we got to have a conversation about what actually cost the Cavs the game. We will do that when we come back in a second. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of an accident that's on eastbound 270's off-ramp to northbound 23 on the North Outer Belt, causing delay there. We also have an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound 71 on the north side after 670. Police are on scene, adding to holdup. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks, trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, you know what I love the most about you?
That I pay you to do these commercials?
That and the way you treat your customers.
All right, listen. I will hook you up in our warm, inviting environment. You will be greeted by our top sales professionals that are non-commissioned, but will help guide you through the entire process.
You're my guy, Bob. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com. Tell them Bob Capace sent you.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meyer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meyer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
If your garage door is moodier than your emo teenager after a breakup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Want to learn about Pick 4 from the Ohio Lottery? Okay. Pick 4 is a daily draw game where you pick 4 individual numbers between 0 and 9 that can be played straight, where each number must be drawn in an exact order or boxed where they can be drawn in any order. You can win up to $2,500 on a 50-cent bet. Learn more at OhioLottery.com or the Ohio Lottery app. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Want to go back to the radio? Okay.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hello, radio listeners. The Fan is debuting a new lineup on May 12th. T-Bone and Tyvis hitting leadoff at 6. Bishop and Friends stays at 9. That's not new. Rothman and Ice at noon. You already knew that. Common Man and Timmy at 3. That's slightly different. Even more inappropriate, if that's possible. And Beamer is the new host of The Buckeye Show. You're welcome. Or we're sorry. Pick one. Get all the details at 971thefan.com.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Active Liver is the easy way to get a daily detox to keep you healthy and feeling your best. Find Active Liver at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s will be dropping back to the 50s tonight as clouds increase. Scattered showers look likely throughout the day on Thursday. Those will end Thursday night. We'll be back to dry weather but cooler for the weekend and plenty of sunshine for your Mother's Day. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest.
Because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis, the new show. It starts this Monday, 6 in the A, 6 to 9 a.m. every morning here on The Fan, Monday through Friday. Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter/X. That is where you can go find us. Bone and Tyvis 971. Our podcast link will be live soon, too. So once it's there, you go wherever you get podcasts. You can subscribe to Bone and Tyvis.
They're going to make me a cartoon face?
I don't know if we're doing the cartoon faces anymore.
Ah, man.
Do you want a cartoon face?
I wanted one with the Cleveland hat on. With my hat.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, if we're still doing cartoon faces, I'll make sure they get you one.
They're not going to do it.
By the way, if you want to subscribe to this podcast of this show, Common Man and Timmy, that starts Monday as well at 3 p.m. like it always does, 3 to 6, 3 in the P.
3 in the P.
That podcast is brought to you by our friends at Care Heating and Cooling. But if you're already subscribed to it, you're going to keep getting it. It's just going to be called Common Man and Timmy. But if you haven't subscribed, you should. Wherever you get podcasts, just go find it. Search Common Man and T-Bone for now. Common Man and Timmy starting on Monday. And it'll all be right there. Cavs lose in epic fashion last night. And I know it's just a part of the fan base. It's not everyone.
The sun came up today, T-Bone.
No, I don't know.
The sun came up.
I don't do that.
I know you don't want to hear that.
I don't do that.
The sun actually, this is the best day we'd had in a couple of days.
No, I don't do that because listen, I get it. You live and die with these teams you watch, invest all this time, and then suddenly they lose, and I'm just supposed to go outside and pretend like I don't care about this.
No, you gotta.
It's allowed to ruin your day.
You got to sleep it off.
No,
that was yesterday.
No,
that was yesterday.
It was last night.
You got to sleep it off. People went to sleep last night and they woke up, and that wasn't. They had to figure out all right, I got to get ready to go to work.
No. You
had the moment last night.
Here's how I know it's a bad loss that I'm invested in is if I wake up and the first thought I have, this has happened with Buckeye football games, with Browns games, any of my teams, where I wake up the next day when they have a bad loss and the first thought on my mind is, that was a dream, right? The Cavs didn't just blow a lead with a minute to go or they're up 7. Oh, wait, and then I can see it. I'm like, oh, wait, they did. That wasn't a dream. I was awake for that. That happened.
Let me ask you this. Which was this loss worse than J.R. Smith forgetting that they was tied up?
I feel like it has a case to be made that it is. Here's why. Here's why. Because J.R. Smith, it was a tied game, and he got the ball in the middle of the lane, kind of like Tyrese Halliburton did, and could have just put it in J.R. Smith. He should have put it right back up in 2018 against the Warriors, and then instead he runs back out of the three-point line, and that's where the epic LeBron meme of like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? And then he passes it, and he just lost track. He thought they were in the lead. He didn't realize they were tied. It went to overtime, and they lost. And then what happened after the next three? Loss. They got swept out in that series.
I will never understand his logic. How in the moment like that,
his logic,
you forget that this game is tied up.
His logic has changed over the years too, where he's like, I knew. I was trying to get it to LeBron, and then later it's like, no, I forgot. I
forgot.
I laughed it off. It's okay. It happened. Just pick a story. But I'm thoroughly frustrated by that game last night. I think it has the case of being worse than that finals loss because the fact that this may be it. Down 0-2 on the road with all the injuries. Plus now, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on Donovan Mitchell, but he's going to be very worn out and fatigued from all of what he just did. And you didn't get the win for it, at least. If you get a split at home and a split on the road, that puts you back 2-2. Now it's a 3-game series, and hopefully you get guys healthy. Now you have to go out there and hope you can win both games in Indy. That's
they did it to you. Why can't you do it back?
Did they have all their guys healthy? Are the Cavs going to have all their guys healthy?
Listen,
I'm just saying you wasted an effort where you had Donovan Mitchell basically like dragging you to this win that then couldn't happen because no one could figure out how to inbound the freaking ball for the last 3 minutes of that game, 2 minutes of that game.
Bone, I'm going to just be honest with you. It's at a point now where they're going to have to get some shots or something. They got to get out there. Like, the thumb thing, like, that's ridiculous. Like, all right, the thumb, all right. A thumb?
A thumb. Tyrese Halliburton, did he have a thumb?
He got a whole hand.
He got a whole hand, and he's out there hitting the three.
The toe thing, like, don't get me wrong, turf toe is...
Well, toe, yeah, I get it. Especially when you have in basketball.
Listen, you better put you a metal plate out there and go out there. Yeah, listen, Isaiah Thomas went out there in the finals with one leg. You hear you hear all these epic stories about all these people that played through the things that they played through. If you care about this season,
you're out there for game 3.
You have to find a way to be out there.
If you're not out there, you're never beating the not tough allegations, right? You're never beating that.
You think in the national championship when we played Oregon, I had messed my shoulder up that entire year. You think I wasn't getting that shot at halftime, T-Bone? I had to get another pill. Like I took the shot before the game. My shoulder was killing me at halftime. You know, the play where I make the stop on the goal line. Mm-hmm. If you go back and watch, I laid there for a long time because I almost didn't get back.
I bet it hurt.
But I was like, my boys need me. Like, this is it. There is no tomorrow. The Cavs is living in the land where it really ain't no tomorrow.
No, there's nothing you can do.
All the healing that you need, you can get it in Cancun if you lose. So you need to go out there and figure it out.
Well, if they lose in the second round of no offense to the Pacers. They're a very good team, obviously, but the Cavs are one of the best teams in the league all year long. If you lose that one, what Charles Barkley said, they don't deserve Cancun. They're going to send their ass to Galveston. Yeah, that's where they're going, man. Like, that dirty water, like he likes to talk about. That's it, man. I'm with you. I kind of thought that about some of the players, but I'm like, I don't know what exactly they're dealing with, but it's do or die. You have to be out there for the rest of these games. Even if you are a little bit banged up, just give us some minutes. Get out there and do it.
The numbers was actually better than I thought. Like, Donovan gave you 48. Max Strus gave you 23.
Oh, Max Strus
Jared Allen gave you 22 and 12.
Yeah, I mean, everybody played the game we needed.
Sam Merrill gave you 14.
I know.
It's all on time.
No,
I hate to say it. It is. He went 1 for 14.
Yes, he was bad.
I can go out there and go 1 for 14, T-Bone.
Stop. We're not doing this.
You know what? You're wrong.
We're not doing this every game, every time. Tyvis could do this. Tyvis could do that.
I feel like I could get 1 for 4. You give me 14 shots in the game, 2 of them going in.
Here's why I'm okay with you blaming Ty Jerome, because at least Ty Jerome is a Cavs basketball player, and rightfully so. He was 1 for 14. Very good reason to blame him. What I'm not going to do is blame the refs, because I've seen the people who are like circulating the photo of the Cavs, like on that free throw where Naismith had the putback dunk, which, by the way, I think he punched Donovan Mitchell in the face on his way down. Like it was everything you can do to be physical, and like just a moment if you're a Pacers fan where you probably stood up and just
nobody did nothing to defend him.
No, but that it should have been disallowed because he had a whole foot inside the 3-point line when the shot was going up, and that, according to some people, you're breaking the rule, and you are. There's a lane violation if you cross the line before the ball leaves shooter's hand. It's a lane violation, right? If you look at the photo that's out there, every Cavs player is also committing a lane violation. What are we complaining about?
When you go look at the photo, you'll find that Isaac Okoro
is getting blocked out by Jared Allen.
I don't know what he was doing. It's almost up there with J.R. Smith moment. Like, you're supposed to box out the shooter, which then, if you'd have did that, it would have stopped Naismith.
Yeah. He would have been in position to run right into him.
Him and Jared Allen was double boxing out Miles Turner, and I don't understand it.
I feel like I was trying to think of what the worst losses in Cleveland sports history are, which is a topic that could take
the fumble in the end zone, the shot.
Yeah, but of the ones that I've watched personally, I'm saying I'm 43, so I like some of those late 90s Browns moments or late 80s, early 90s Browns moments.
Like the drive.
Some of those were a little before my time. I don't have vivid memories of, but I'll tell you what, I don't know. I think in the pantheon of Cleveland sport failures, obviously Game 7 of the World Series that you had.
Don't even talk about that.
That has to
Don't even talk.
No, but I'm saying.
Quiet. Don't bring that up. That never
I'm only
happened.
saying this.
It never happened. It's like the Cotton Bowl a couple years ago.
Fish, our boss, big Cubs fan, he talks about it all the time. It definitely happened. He has all the paraphernalia from it. All I'm saying is that should be the number one Cleveland sports loss up there with, because all those other ones, Browns were very good in those years, and you can argue maybe they would have gone on, but they were in the World Series, Game 7, for that franchise, for Cleveland, for the baseball team that's been snake bit forever. If they,
you know what makes that so bad?
I'm just saying that one's as bad as they.
What makes it so bad is that the Cavs just came back 3-1 to win it.
Yeah,
and we Cleveland fans was ready to celebrate another championship.
You could have trademarked 3-1 if you hadn't blown that series. But now it's like then
yeah.
Then you have that.
Why you bring that up?
I'm just saying in the pantheon of
I was having a good
because
day, and you'd have brought up them painful memories.
People bring up the J.R. Smith game. They bring up a million Browns. They bring up like a Kelly Holcomb game with the Browns in the playoffs against the Steelers in 2002, and it's like that team was crap. What are we talking about? There's nothing that compares to losing that World Series game, in my opinion. I'm not even a Guards fan.
I'm mad at you.
I'm sorry. Can I make it better? Let's talk about how Shador Sanders is going to lose a fan a whole bunch of money. A real lawsuit in a real courtroom has been filed over something that is absolutely insane. And I will tell you about that in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is moving slow due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound 71 on the north side after 670. And traffic is also slow on southbound 270 on the east outer belt between Main Street and I-70. This report is sponsored by Erie Insurance, celebrating 100 years of protecting your family's most priceless moments. Then, now, always. Erie Insurance. ErieInsurance.com. That's ErieInsurance.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Take advantage of the BMI FCU Auto Refinance Summer Savings Event. Earn a $400 cash bonus when you bring your auto loan to BMI FCU. Visit BMIFCU.org/refinance for more details.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, which brand of air conditioner is the most energy efficient?
It's the one that's had its outside coils cleaned correctly.
Well, I can wash those off with a garden hose, right?
No.
Why not?
Humidity mixes with dust and pollen to create a microthin film of sticky paste that gets baked onto those hot outside coils.
And that baked-on stuff keeps my coils from releasing their heat into the atmosphere.
Which means your system has to run longer, which uses a lot more energy and it shortens the life of your air conditioner.
Get Eco.
ECO. How do we get that baked-on stuff off?
Remove the exterior shroud, then spray the coils from the inside out with a special eco-friendly solvent.
Can I rinse the solvent off with a garden hose?
Yeah, but only from the inside out.
Or I could just pay Eco to do it.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco doesn't take shortcuts. We do it the right way every time.
Get Eco Professional Coil Cleaning for just $468.
This Mother's Day, be direct. Tell mom she shines without saying a word. At Diamonds Direct, we've curated a meaningful collection of timeless gifts for every budget, from birthstone rings and stackables to diamond pendants, pearls, and stunning earrings. So here's to mom for her love, her strength, and always putting others first. This year, she deserves a gift that lasts a lifetime, and that's our specialty. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You wanted the best. Instead, you got these two. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. New show starting Monday, 6 to 9 a.m. right here on The Fan. Morning Juice, by the way, going to still be on. You can find Morning Juice with Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff on the Fans HD3, on the YouTube channel, on 10 TV Plus, starting from 10 to noon every day on 10 TV Plus. You can get that app on your Roku device, your Apple TV device. Smart TVs everywhere can get 10 TV Plus. So you can watch that if you want to from 10 to noon every day. And then, of course, we'll have Common Man and Timmy here from 3 to 6, 6 to 8. Most nights will be the Buckeye Show, with 6 to something. You know how the Buckeye Show is, moves around, but usually it starts at 6. And then after that, who knows? Brandon Beam will be hosting that. All that starts on Monday. All the details at the Fan website, 971thefan.com. So Shador Sanders didn't exactly have the draft he wanted. We're all aware of this. We all watched it. Browns ended up getting, what are you doing? You're flexing.
Wrist up.
I forgot that's his thing. Yeah. Wrist up with the watch. I forgot.
We talked to Bud. I told him, you better listen. He better not stop. He talking about Shador asking me, you think I should stop doing that celebration? I said, he better keep doing that celebration. Don't lose
that's
your
every kid. All those kids are watching it and they love it. Yeah. It's going to make him a lot of money, whether people think it's a great celebration or not, whatever. It's a thing people identify with. They like seeing it. Shador Sanders, though, obviously went in the 5th round. The Browns took him. I keep saying that. It's 5th round, right? Because Dylan Brooks went in the 4th round.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Brooks? I'm watching too much NBA. Dylan Gabriel. God, just start over. Let's just, you know what, Tyvis? Call someone else. Monday, I just won't be here. You need to find someone who can actually talk.
No, I think, did Dylan Gabriel go in the 3rd or the 4th?
I thought it was 4th for him, 5th for whoever. It was big slide for both of them. Either way, Shador Sanders on the draft day slide has had a lot to say. Well, one of the guys that he counts as a mentor is Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady has been in his corner, advising him, telling him, among other things, he said, hey.
3rd round pick.
Oh, it was. So he was. So Shador was a 4th rounder.
No, he's 5th.
Oh, he was a 5th.
Dylan was 3rd.
That's right.
5th.
Okay, gotcha. Shador Sanders, though, with Tom Brady telling him all these things like, hey, use this as motivation, get back in the film room, don't let this get you down. Hey, I was a 7th round pick or whatever he was.
6.
I don't know when anybody was drafted.
The only one you need to know is me, undrafted, 8th round, 1st pick, me.
Tyvis, you're going to find out very quickly. I know very little about sports. Get used to it. Shador Sanders, though, I don't blame him if he feels this way. I would be frustrated with Tom Brady if Tom Brady is a mentor. Mm-hmm. Because what does Tom Brady do? He owns an NFL team in part, right?
Say partial.
But he owns a part of it.
Yes,
He's definitely an advisor, right, to that organization and to Mark Davis, Mr. P.F. Chang, who likes to go there, and that's where he does all of his business, is sitting at a P.F. Chang's, apparently.
Okay.
That's his thing. One of the richest people, in the U.S., and that's where he goes every day. P.F. Chang's. He likes to camp out there and do his work.
I mean, it's good food. I like a P.F. Chang's. I would be my everyday choice.
I'm just saying, don't you have an office? Like, it's got to be a nice office, I would think. Anyway.
Just win, baby.
Yeah. So he's got the ear of the owner. He's obviously a quarterback who is trusted with his opinion enough that CBS gave him $300 million to give us football opinions every day.
Must be nice.
Right. And yet, when the Raiders' time came up on the clock, who are we going to pick? Not Shador Sanders.
Did they take a quarterback?
I mean,
it does matter because it's more of a slap in the face if they actually took another quarterback.
I don't know if they did, but we can all acknowledge they need a quarterback, right?
Gino.
Yeah, okay, but especially when you get into the third, fourth, fifth round, you could have Shador Sanders learning from a guy who's been very good in the NFL. Not great, but Geno Smith's been a very long career. You can have him be the quarterback in waiting who could sit behind him. I don't think that would be a bad situation at all if you drafted Shador Sanders.
Well,
especially after he fell out of the first few rounds.
They took a quarterback in the 6th round. I was asking, you know what? I got a phone call today, actually, and it was from my agent.
Oh?
And he was just calling to ask me about life, just to talk about life. And we got on the topic of Shador Sanders. He said, I just talked to this GM about Shador. Because he said, everybody's asking me, why did Shador fall out the first round? And he said, the GM said, he said he bombed his interviews. And he wasn't, and they didn't feel like he was that good. That's what
I mean, that seems to be the consensus, right?
Yeah, yes, that's what everybody says. So, if you want to know,
so you're saying that's accurate?
I'm not saying
not that you're saying it, but that's what you were told.
That's what I was told.
That's what you're being told by the people
my
there.
My agent wouldn't tell me no lies, and
there you go.
It's not like he's representing Shador, so
no,
the GM has no reason to lie to him. But hey, that's
Here is the answer that Tom Brady gave when he was asked about why didn't the Raiders then pick Shador Sanders? If he says he's a great talent, I believe in him. I do think he needs some motivation now to get back in the film room and all that stuff. But otherwise, like, he's a mentor to Shador Sanders. His answer is, I'm going to read you what, because it's hard to kind of say. He says there's, and then there's a bunch of pausing. And he goes, it's a good question. That's not a ringing endorsement.
Tom Brady said this.
Yes, he said I wasn't part of any evaluation process or to see that. So, and then they went on about how, like, well, you know, other people believe you are involved, and he said, well, I don't have anything to do with that. And anyway, he went on. But listen, if you're my mentor, if someone is a mentor to me as like or any student, right? Like a student in high school, you go to your guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor's like, I think you're really brilliant. I think you should apply to all these top tier schools. I think you have a very good chance of getting in to like a blue blood type of school.
Mm-hmm.
You'd go, great. And you'd say, thank you for the advice. I appreciate that. And you go apply and you send it off. Then you find out your guidance counselor was also like the dean of Harvard. And then they like took your application and threw it in the trash. You might call the guidance counselor and say, hey, hold on a second. What? You told me I was good. You like me. You have a chance to bring me into a blue blood school. And you said, no, thanks.
Well, like I said,
that's not good.
We talked to Boogie Knight, who is Shador's marketing guy. And he was saying that relationship might have soured a little bit between Shador and Tom because of the fact that what you just said, like, you're my mentor. You had multiple chances to draft me and you didn't. So, yeah, I don't think they're on the best of terms right now.
I wouldn't blame them if they weren't.
I mean,
also, it's not like if he needs NFL advice, it's like, well, thanks, Tom. I may call my dad, who's in the Hall of Fame, too, and maybe I'll check in with how he feels about it. But, by the way, have you ever seen the movie Boogie Nights?
No.
I know Boogie Night is the guy you talk to.
Yes.
I don't know if he's named after the film.
I have no idea.
That's a Mark Wahlberg film. It's about a guy named Dirk Diggler, who was like a mockumentary short film kind of thing. He was an adult film star, was the premise of this movie. Mark Wahlberg plays a dude who's in porn.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is in it.
Yeah.
Cheadle's in it. Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly.
I'm looking at that.
Everyone's in this movie. Julianne Moore.
Out?
This is like probably 20, 25 years ago, right? 97.
I was 3 years old.
Tyvis, it's called Netflix, Hulu. It's out there, is all I'm saying.
You know what? I'm going to have to put it on my list. It's on Pluto TV for free. You got Pluto TV.
Don't you have the Amazon Fire Stick where you can watch anything?
You know what? You're right. You absolutely.
So you can go watch this whenever you need to.
Yes.
All right. Well, you can watch Boogie Nights and then talk to Boogie Night about it and see what he thinks about it. All I know is if I was Shador Sanders, as much as, sure, did he deserve to fall in the draft? Everybody has thoughts on that. Fine. Tom Brady needs to shut up about it. Stop going on a podcast and talking about Shador Sanders, how much you care about him. Your team had a chance to draft him, and apparently, if he was out there saying, I was firm that I wanted him to be a part of this organization, but I don't get to say what happens here. I'm not a football evaluation guy, but I did vouch for him. If he was saying stuff like that, even, I would think that would go further than, hey, I think you're great. No, I didn't step in and intervene. I didn't say a word to any of these guys. I mean, you're one of the owners. You're Tom Brady.
We talked to Boogie about that, the slide and all those things. And he said Shador was actually very poised throughout the whole time. He didn't blink an eye not one time. And he said his feelings on why he felt he slid. He said, like, the Giants report came out about him and Brian Daboll. He said that this wasn't the first. He felt like Shador became their friend too quick. Like, he friended them too quickly. Meaning, that interview wasn't the first time he met Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll and the Giants came out to Colorado a bunch of times. They all dapping up, hugging, talking, joking around. And he said, like, when they got to that interview, Shador went in there like, oh, I know these guys. So he kind of was like, let his guard down, like laid back and was very not professional because he felt like what I need to be, we already talked. Like, well, we need to be professional in this setting. And it just didn't come off right.
You know who else who did that famously many years ago in a different sport?
No.
Phil Jackson.
Oh.
I mean, I'm quite sure a lot of people who are ripping Shador Sanders think Phil Jackson's the greatest, coach ever and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, Mike and Kobe, so.
But when he was with the Bulls, and I believe that was when they fired Doug Collins, he went in to the interview because he's already on the staff, and he basically went in like jeans and a shirt, like a T-shirt or something, and sat down with everybody there and was like, well, you know me, you know what I do.
Yeah.
You either want to hire me or you don't. And they were like, okay, see you later. And then he left the interview, and they said, absolutely not. I can't believe he came in like that. And I believe it was Michael Jordan, as the story goes, who went into them and said, please give him another chance. And then, of course, went in and said, please don't do that this next interview.
Yeah.
Come in there and take it seriously. He got a do-over. He did better. And then, of course, we know how it went from there.
He went on to win, what,
but
10 championships?
I didn't know that part of the story that Shador Sanders is saying. I mean, that's coming from his camp.
So you can say however you want to say, but when he said,
that makes sense,
when he said that, I was like, that does make sense.
I would have probably thought the same thing if I was, I don't have a phrase like wrist up or whatever that has gotten me to where I don't live the life that Shador Sanders has lived. So I can understand if you thought, yeah, I've talked to these guys. We're pretty good. Eddie George is my guy. Eddie George is the new head coach at Bowling Green. And Eddie George is going to have a guy you know very well out at Bowling Green later this year. A couple of Buckeye legends will take the field out in the middle of nowhere. We'll talk about that in a few minutes here. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic on southbound 315 between 3rd Avenue and Town Street. And there's a couple-minute delay on westbound 670 from Grandview Avenue to I-70. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Want a man cave, playroom, or guest space in your basement? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement finishing experts. Book your free inspection today at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes. This week, we salute U.S. Navy veteran Ronald Jordan. For over 25 years, Ronald has served our country and community, flying critical missions, protecting top officials, and keeping our streets safe as a Springfield police officer and homicide detective. With retirement around the corner, he's looking forward to traveling with his wife. Thank you, Ronald, for a lifetime of service.
Sometimes we take for granted all the amazing things our loved ones do for us, especially Mom. Early morning trips to practice, picking us up after school in the pouring rain, sitting through your play 4 times, and now helping out with the kids when you need a night out. There just aren't many like Mom. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 11th, and it's a tremendous day to say thanks to Mom with a lovely flowering gift from Oakland Nursery. So take a step back, reflect, and say, thanks, Mom. Happy Mother's Day from Oakland Nursery.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger. fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save big on 2-pound packages of fresh strawberries. They're delicious and just $3.47 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Here, care is where you need it. With over 350 primary care providers in Central Ohio, expert care is minutes away. See how we care for all of you at mountcarmelforyou.com.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic or our new Cheddar Blast flavor made with real cheddar cheese. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com. Coughlin has the car for you.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis. New show starting Monday. Check that out, 6 a.m. March 12th. I keep doing that. May 12th. It's this Monday. Enough with the dates. By the way, at some point on the show today, Tyvis, we have to work out because Sonic Temple's this weekend.
Wait, you want to work out?
Well, let's hold on. I didn't commit to anything.
Boy, you turning the new leaf. The diet ain't you working out.
Am I dieting? I didn't know I was dieting. I guess I am. It's a seafood diet, Tyvis. You know it well. Seafood, I eat it.
No. We got to go the other way.
Okay. You do that.
Awaken 180.
There you go. Your guys. Call them up. Now, I was going to say we need to plan out, God forbid, workout. We have to plan out what bands you're seeing at Sonic Temple. Are you going this weekend? It's starting up tomorrow.
Let me look. I got to look.
That's I know that Saturday was the day you were talking about Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
But Research wants you to go to Lincoln Park. I know that.
The problem is it's at 10 o'clock. No, 9:20.
Yeah, it's late. That's headliner time. Not for you?
Listen, T-Bone, I'm going to be honest with you. In my life, you know how many concerts I went to? Do you count Icebreakers as a concert? Like
what's an icebreaker?
When you go to college, the college gets somebody to come perform on campus.
I mean, did you pay attention and enjoy the music of whoever it was?
Oh yeah, it was one of my favorite artists.
Who was it?
It was Big Sean at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so yes, I had a great time. That as a concert. I mean, I know it's not you went there for that.
Okay, so we counting that as concerts.
Yes.
I've been to 2 concerts in my life.
Okay.
I seen Big Sean and I seen Lil Wayne last year.
Only people with names that describe their size are allowed in Tyvis' playlists. That's right. Big Sean, Lil Wayne. Is there? I don't know who else there is.
I'm in the old school music. I want I need the Isley Brothers or Earth, Wind, and Fire or something like that.
Okay.
Like that.
That's fine.
I want to go to I hear Earth, Wind, and Fire is unbelievable if you see them in concert.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen them, but I would love to go see a band like that. Yeah.
So I say all that to say.
You haven't been to a lot of concerts.
Staying up ain't really my thing.
You know, concerts, that's probably why you haven't gone, is because a lot of concerts, they may start like doors at 7, but then the first band isn't on until 8, and there's usually 2 or 3 acts before the main act that you're there to see, and they may not start till 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
With my eyes closed. Be sitting in the chair with my eyes closed.
Well, you want to mosh though, right? Isn't that part of it?
Yes.
All right.
That's the whole point.
All right. We're gonna figure this out.
I just got to go to one of them laundromats. That's where we going.
You got to go with me to Dirty Dungarees. That's right.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll do that. We'll make that happen. I just want to see on Saturday who we could get you to see. There are some. I'll tell you what. If you want to mosh, Tyvis, it's early. I won't even be there this early. 1:55 in the afternoon this is on Saturday on the Citadel stage.
I'm gonna tell you right
at
now.
Sonic Temple.
I'm gonna tell you right now, T-Bone. They better be aware. Beware of me because I'm a QC Kinetics. I got my injections today and I'm feeling good. That means the body is ready to go. So like if I'm feeling like 21 again, oh boy, it's gonna be a long day for people that want to mosh.
Look at that, getting a sponsor read in. Good job. Band from Scotland called Bleed From Within. They're a metalcore band.
Okay.
There's barely
moshing.
They're going to be ripping heads off. Yes, that's 1:55 in the afternoon. You can go to that.
Do I need to do some push-ups before I go?
It probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
But you'll be fine. I mean, you've played in the NFL. I would think you'd be okay. But if you go to see like Jimmy Eat World at 6, not going to be a lot of moshing at the Jimmy Eat World show. That's good music. I love Jimmy Eat World. We're going to see Jimmy Eat World, but that's not a moshing. They have all kinds of different bands here.
You going every night but Sunday, correct?
Not every night. I'm going to try to go Friday night and see Metallica. I mean, that would be one I would say, go to a Metallica show, but
they moshing it for Metallica?
Sure. But it's also, they're going to play late. They're Metallica. They're the headliner. They are one of the biggest draws of this whole festival.
I'm really old. I'm 31, but I'm really old. That's 8:30 though. Like 8:30 ain't that bad.
Oh, is it 8:30?
That's what Metallica.
They'll be probably playing for 2 or 3 hours.
Metallica,
like, I'm guessing they're going to go
8:30.
Yeah, they're going to play a long set, I would guess.
Whitechapel 9:25.
Whitechapel would be. You'd get a little moshing in that.
Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, ICP. I don't know what's going to happen at that.
Take your Faygo.
Teddy, you got to come. That's the thing. They spray Faygo into the crowd, like the soda. That's their
orange soda?
All the sodas, every flavor of Faygo.
Oh, man.
People wear white T-shirts to the concert to then get all the colors of the soda staining their shirt. That's a thing, apparently. And I don't know what else. There's a lot of things that go on with ICP.
I just want to see it. I want to see it, what it looks like.
Yeah, well, that's why you go to concerts, is to see what it looks like and to hear it.
Jimmy Eat World, Incubus.
Now, Incubus, it won't be any moshing, but that is one of my favorite bands. Incubus is, I'm very excited.
What about Under Oath?
Oh, Under Oath was a Christian radio station band. We played them, and they go crazy. There will be a lot of moshing.
They should mosh for 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah,
I'd mosh for 3-6 Mafia.
Absolutely. I know Reeser said that's one of the bands he wants to go.
I will lead it off.
One of the acts he wants to go see.
I'll lead it off for 3-6 Mafia.
Lincoln Park at 9:20. That's the one. But 3-6 Mafia is at 10 p.m. You're not going to be up that late.
It's 3-6 Mafia though.
Oh, okay. Well, then go to them.
I gotta stay fly.
If you go for 3-6 Mafia, you'll be there for Lincoln Park. So you could start at Lincoln Park and then head over.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. We'll see.
By the way, the tease that I've almost buried here as we're about to end the segment. Eddie George, the new head coach at Bowling Green, he's having a coaching legend join him, a guy who started at Bowling Green, Urban Meyer, as a head coach.
Oh, look at that.
Urban Meyer's going to come out for the first game. They play Lafayette, I believe, on the 28th of August.
So they're going to win that game.
I would think so.
Is he giving a speech? Is Urban giving a speech?
It's part of the College Football Hall of Fame, the National Football Honors thing. They do
for
like
Bowling
a thing.
Green. He's in the Hall of Fame for Bowling Green?
No. For like college football, I think. There's some thing where they're taking some of the legends around I don't know. It said it was like there's a
wait a minute.
NFF. Hang on.
Is they taking him there because he was at Bowling Green? Like he was a legend at Bowling Green?
They do a tour. They do a tour of like all the places these guys stop. So I'm guessing he'll kind of do this he'll probably do something at Utah, I'm guessing, too, at some point, right? And then he'll be here, so yeah. But anyway, that's cool. You can see 2 Ohio State legends on the field at Bowling Green if you want to go to that game. Now you know.
If he's gonna be there, he should give him a speech. He gotta get right in their face and say, nobody said this game had to be close. And it's gonna turn everybody up.
That's gonna be I'll say though, for Eddie George, I know he's given speeches. He's been a coach here for a few years now too, but it's the first chance to put your stamp on like the new team. It's like, gentlemen, we're gonna go out there. And let me tell you, here's Urban Meyer. And then it's like, I mean, I don't know, that's a tough act to follow, is Urban giving you a speech, and then it's like, now I'm your real coach for the rest of the game.
Urban is a grandfather. I don't know if he got that fire in him like he used to. He seems very calm. When you talk to him now, he's very relaxed.
Yeah, I'm sure he never gets fired up at all. Never. Major trade in the NFL today. You probably know about it. Steelers made a deal with the Cowboys for George Pickens. Moving on to Dallas. We're going to talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of an accident that's on eastbound 270's off-ramp to northbound 23 on the North Outer Belt. It's causing stop-and-go traffic from 315. And we also have stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Erie Insurance, celebrating 100 years of protecting your family's most priceless moments. Then, now, always. Erie Insurance. ErieInsurance.com. That's ErieInsurance.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks, your trusted neighborhood plumbing, draining, heating, and cooling experts. Visit online today at thewaterworks.com. Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-324-VEIN. That's 614-324-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hi there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, and like most actors, I have a list of things that I like to have on set. It's called a rider. It's just little things like wind chimes being blown by a easterly breeze, a 7-year-old calico cat to purr on my lap, and, of course, 2 freshly cracked eggs scrambled with crispy hash brown sausage crumble and creamy chipotle sauce from Tim Hortons. It smells amazing. Now, where did I put that hand-carved wooden spoon? From my rider to Tim's menu, try my new scrambled eggs loaded breakfast box.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by 2 things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your 4-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
The Bobcat National Sales Event is happening now at Bobcat Enterprises. Get up to $10,000 in rebates or choose financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the industry's most comfortable compact loaders. See Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville today for incredible savings during the National Sales Event and find the current specials and full line of products at bobcatent.com. Some restrictions apply. Length of contract and rate may vary. Offer ends June 30th, 2025. Bobcat Enterprises, celebrating 50 years of serving you.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here with a challenge. Well, a challenge might not be the best choice of words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. Has a different ring to it when you have a finish line, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the 260 number be a little nicer on your eyes and on your knees? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in just 8 weeks. There's no reason you can't drop 40 by the 4th and be feeling as great as I still do now. Ring Independence Day in healthy, confident, and most important, feeling happy. You reached your goal with the help of Awaken 180. So fire up your grill and grab your beverage of choice because the weight's staying off thanks to free support for life. 40 by the 4th. Set your goal and reach it. Reserve your consultation online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The standing room only with all eyes on the 18th green.
That's a good-looking ball.
The sudden roars. That Sunday celebration.
Jack always made the putt at 18. And today, Scotty Scheffler did.
Witness the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday. May 26th through June 1st. It's second to none. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Wow, what a shot.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about 10 grand in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Josh Ojianwuna is the latest transfer get in the portal for the Ohio State basketball team. A 6'10 center from Baylor will become a Buckeye with 1 year of eligibility. He's played in 87 games previously with the Bears. NBA playoffs tonight. New York at Boston. Knicks up 1-0. Denver takes a 1-0 lead to Oklahoma City. Golden State Warriors say Steph Curry will be out at least a week with a hamstring injury. Baseball, Cleveland Guardians scored 8 times in the 6th inning to come from behind and beat Washington 8-6 today. Cincinnati Reds try and snap a 4-game losing streak tonight at Atlanta. NHL playoffs, it's Florida at Toronto, and Winnipeg will play host to Dallas. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss with a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews. The choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Not doctors, not lawyers, and definitely not sports hosts. You're listening to Man and Bone.
T-Bone and Tyvis, happy Wednesday to you. We had a story, was that late last week, I want to say? We talked about the driver that had the...
poop in this, isn't it?
Oh, no, we did have that story. There was a woman who crapped on a car.
Yeah.
We don't have another repeat of those. Remember the story from last week, the video that popped out of on 670 in Columbus?
Oh, yeah.
Or 71, wherever it was.
Yeah, it was like
they
somebody
stopped just dead in the middle of the road and caused an accident.
Mm-hmm.
There's another video like that is out there that we're not going to talk about it now. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. But
in Columbus,
it was within a week of the last one, and it was caught on video again. We may have a problem in this town with people driving.
I think it's intentional at this point.
I wondered if it was the same person that they just ditched their red van for like a silver car and they're driving that one now. Maybe they're a big Buckeye fan. They have a scarlet and a gray car and they're just driving around Columbus being an idiot.
Did it cause an accident?
It looked like it may have because a couple people pulled off to the side of the road to I don't know if it's hard to tell because the video is a little grainier than the one that we saw last week. But and we just talked about, Timmy and I talked about yesterday, 29 times this year in Columbus, people have driven into buildings, cars, trucks, a bus, a Coda bus went through ran into a building. What are we doing?
Not paying attention. That's what's going on.
They're listening to me make analogies and they're driving off the road because they're like, this is awful. Had one earlier. I should have put a warning on it that I was going to make an analogy. I forgot. People don't like when I make the analogies, but I'm never going to stop, or I refuse. I will not stop. So the trade today came down this morning. Steelers dealing George Pickens, wide receiver, who very talented. There's been some question marks about, according to some of the fans, some of the people watching the games have said, well, he gave up on some plays, didn't give the effort they wanted. He's a tremendous talent. Now he's going to go to Dallas, pair up with CeeDee Lamb, and Dak's going to have 2 big targets to throw to. Teddy, how are you feeling about that? You got to be pretty excited, right?
If you just look at talent alone, he's fantastic, and Dak will love him because that gives him another option to throw to. The big thing, obviously, though, with him is that off the field and then, even just on the field when he's not getting the ball thrown to him. And I think Tyvis, I don't know, you tell me, do you think that the Cowboys can sort of control him and get him focused to where he needs to be productive out there?
Absolutely not. I think
tell me that.
I think you have to just keep him happy in that situation. I think that for him, I seen that he said he wasn't going to even come in there and talk extension talks right now because he wants to earn his extension, which is good to hear him say something like that. I think for him, he look at this situation like everybody's clearly going to be having a game plan for CeeDee Lamb. So it gives him the opportunity to be able to do some amazing things. And if Dak can get back to being who Dak was 2-3 years ago, obviously he's going to be looking to give him opportunities to make some big time plays. So I think Dak does a good enough job spreading the ball around enough that he won't have those outbursts.
It makes this deal makes a lot of sense to me for all parties involved, because I think the Cowboys look at where they are. Jerry Jones looks at where they are, and he says, I've made a bunch of brilliant moves. I'm super smart. I like the team. I just need guys to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Whether that's correct or not is different than what he thinks, right? So if that's what the organizational thinking is for Dallas, they're saying, well, we could win a Super Bowl if we had a couple more pieces. Well, now you've added a piece that if you were like a borderline, like great playoff to Super Bowl level team, this is a huge move. Problem is, I don't think anybody outside of Jerry Jones's brain and maybe his family believe that right now the Cowboys are just like, I don't think anyone's predicting the Cowboys are going to go to the Super Bowl this year. They could surprise some people, but I don't think that's who they actually are. That's what Jerry Jones thinks they are. So I don't blame him for making this move. He thinks they are a win now team. They have Dak. They should be a win now team.
What's the running back y'all got now, Teddy? Y'all drafted.
They drafted 2 running backs.
I know they got Jaden Blue from Texas, but it was somebody they took earlier than that.
I don't remember who it was.
Can't think of who it is off the top of my head either. But I think that's obviously this is Dak is if Dak is healthy and playing with that chip on his shoulder, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson. Those guys are going to do what they do. Dak is one of the best in the business. I was actually not a Dak fan until I played for the Dallas Cowboys and met Dak and seen how he carried himself. And I said, man, I was wrong about you. He's actually a really cool dude. But I think that the leadership that he had and the confidence that he had and he instilled in everybody else is what makes him great. So I think they'll be fine offensively. They did need that running back, even though Rico did a really solid job for them last year. I worry about the offensive line for them. That's my thing. I know that they took Tyler Booker in the first round, but I think you got Tyrone, or what's his name? Tyrone Smith, right? He retired, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Tyrone Smith. Yeah,
like that's
they got like 3 Tylers though now.
They've
drafted 3 Tylers in the last in the first round the last 3 years. So they got some nice young guys there, but they need to
the tackle. How's the tackle situation?
It's the whole offensive line. It's like it's okay, but they've been hurt by the retirements the last couple of years of the guys. So that was a problem last year. They can't run the ball. They can pass protect, but they can't run the ball. They don't have the running backs. The offensive line's not the greatest. So that was a big problem.
Yeah. But now they went on and drafted trying to fix that. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this is a move that to me signifies the way it's being spun a little bit from. I think most Steelers fans know, right? They're not probably going to be. This is another. You're not going to sign this guy. It didn't seem like he wanted to explore all his options. Yeah, they're not going to sign George Pickens.
No,
most likely.
you wouldn't. No.
Meanwhile, you get what do they get? A 2nd or 3rd round pick? Something.
They got a 3rd and a 5th one.
Okay, you got a couple picks for next year.
Mm-hmm. But I don't understand why they didn't do it before the draft.
Well, that would have made more sense. That's a fair point.
I read though that like the draft picks are worth more like next year as far as value. So if they in this draft, like the 3rd round pick equivalent would have probably been a 4th round. So they were thinking maybe the Steelers were only going to get like a 4th round pick for him, whereas next year the value increases, so they got a 3rd round for next year.
Yeah,
because you don't have it in hand.
If he didn't have if he had a few more years on the deal, obviously, I think there's a lot more that he would have gotten.
It was just 1 year.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust offensive players from Pittsburgh. Yeah, Le'Veon, AB, Pickens, Chase Claypool.
Yeah, if they let go of you, then you're done pretty much, aren't you?
Yeah. Defensively, like, all right, if it's TJ Watt or something like that, all right, you take that opportunity. But offensively, first of all, you have so many players walking out of that organization talking about how bad the offense is. Like, the play call is terrible and all these things. And my thing is, Mike Tomlin's done a great job keeping these guys handled. You know, Pickens probably was the most out of anybody that had the outburst. Like Juju Smith-Schuster, like he was just dancing on logos. Like that wasn't nothing. But George Pickens was probably the one guy that had moments where it was like, all right, Mike, you gotta do something about that.
Well, now we'll find out what who's your dumb head coach now in Dallas? Is it Brian Schottenheimer? Is that right?
Yeah, Marty's boy.
Yeah, that's great. That'll work out perfectly.
He got his work cut out for him.
Only thing I'll add on the Steelers, though, is don't worry, Aaron Rodgers is coming in to save the day.
I bet you everything. I bet you he thought that he was throwing the DK and Pickens.
No, now the rumor is that I think Alan Lazard, right, is going to be available from the Jets, and they're going to try to get him once they get. Is Aaron Rodgers actually playing for the Steelers? Did I miss? I know that everyone assumes he will be because he met with Mike Tomlin in March, but the draft has happened. All this other stuff has happened. We still have no news on if that's actually occurring. I don't know. If I were a Steelers fan, I wouldn't be so confident.
Aaron Rodgers for always getting his boys paid, but I hate the fact that even when they pass their prime, people jump over hoops to give him what he wants.
Oh, no. And also, by the way, he's not a plan. What have you seen from him? He was healthy last year. Were the Jets good? Did I watch a different NFL season than everybody else? They weren't good. He was out there, and it just didn't work. And if you want to say, well, the Steelers' defense will be different, fine. But I remain skeptical that Aaron Rodgers is a functional plan for your offense, especially when you trade away one of your best pieces. I think they know that, too. Even if they get him to come in, whoever's playing quarterback there, they're not expecting big things this year in Pittsburgh.
Rudolph, eventually Will Howard.
Sure. Well, that's right. I saw Will and Jack were doing a podcast with Ben Roethlisberger. Made me sick to my stomach. Don't like seeing those guys wearing the Steelers colors. I wish them luck as soon as they get out of Pittsburgh. I can't wait for that day. I'll be very happy about it. All right. Tyvis, I know you've talked about yours. Teddy's talked about his on the air many a time. I know they're popular, but coming up next, I'm going to tell you there's a downside to getting a tattoo on your dong. It's actually not as good as it seems. It may not be the best idea. I'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 270. And there's a couple-minute delay on southbound 270 on the west outer belt between Roberts Road and I-70. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and get a $39.99 full synthetic oil change, plus free tire rotation. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Restrictions apply. Offer ends May 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,000 off BX 2380 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by CEC Turf and Tractor in Athens, Canal, Winchester, Lancaster, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota tractors and mowers, or check them out online at CECTurfandTractor.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. Oh, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
They will resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
This Mother's Day, be direct. Tell Mom she shines without saying a word. At Diamonds Direct, we've curated a meaningful collection of timeless gifts for every budget, from birthstone rings and stackables to diamond pendants, pearls, and stunning earrings. So here's to Mom for her love, her strength, and always putting others first. This year, she deserves a gift that lasts a lifetime, and that's our specialty. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
May I have your attention for some important programming news? Sorry. T-Bone and Tyvis are hosting mornings, weekdays at 6, starting May 12th. That means Common Man and Timmy will share Bro Love at 3. The Fan.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Give your liver the support it needs with Active Liver. Go to newnordicusa.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New you, New Nordic.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Fair skies, light winds, and a pleasant finish on this Wednesday. Temperatures in the low 70s, down to the low 50s by Thursday morning with partly cloudy skies and a cool start. More clouds, a couple of showers, and perhaps a rumble of thunder, and a little cooler on your Thursday afternoon and evening, highs around 70 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
No, you're not. It's T-Bone and Tyvis. Common Man and Timmy starts on Monday. You can hear all that at 3 in the P like you always do. When those have been on, just usually it was me and Common Man. Now it'll be Timmy and Common Man. T-Bone and Tyvis, meanwhile, we're going to be on 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on The Fan. Tyvis is with me today. The chat, by the way, is Jen is in the chat. Jen Winters is losing her mind over all the Steelers conversation we just had in the last segment, which reminds me, we should have Jen in. If she's in the mornings, she may swear, which is not allowed, but whenever we bring up the Steelers, Jen may be the person we need to have come in here just to let us know how awful it is for her team. She hates the Steelers.
What I don't understand is how she wants Mike Tomlin to be fired.
Oh, you don't understand that?
No, I don't.
Well, that's because we root for the Browns.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Where we take that level of success and go, my gosh, could you imagine? But for a Steelers fan that's won all these championships, Tyvis, they have a little thing called standards that you and I don't have. This is like when an Indiana fan tries to figure out, I don't understand why you're so down on your football team. You're 10-2. And it's like, yeah, but we lost these 2 games and we're all pissed off. And the only way you can redeem it is by winning a national championship. 10-2 gets Kurt Signetti like $1 billion. That's a whole different thing over there. So that's where we are as Browns fans. It's like, oh, if we had Mike Tomlin's success.
I tell you, listen, you go to the playoffs every year,
win a Super Bowl,
never be under 500.
Sure,
I'll take that.
We'd take it, but we're not Steelers fans, and that's what. Listen, I don't like this any more than you do. Okay, I'm just acknowledging the reality. Steelers fans have every right to be frustrated with Mike Tomlin because you have seen success, you've seen it.
They ain't even got a quarterback.
Yeah, and I understand. It's a momentous accomplishment that he's gotten them to where they are every year. But also, they are the Steelers. They should have a quarterback. He shouldn't get brownie points for like, well, you did a lot with a little. You're the Steelers. You should have a lot.
They need an offensive mastermind coordinator. That's what they need. They need like a Kyle Shanahan type OC. If they ever get that, they probably go undefeated.
Yeah. One of your former coaches, right? Kyle Shanahan was there when you were with the Niners, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Fond memories?
Cool guy.
Okay, there you go.
I know he wanted to get out of Cleveland, but he's a cool guy.
Yeah, that's right. He was here many years ago. All right, so talked about it. We teased it. Apparently, this is in live/live science, one of the best websites ever. They had an article today about a man who had, I'm just reading their headline, botched penile tattoo. That band is playing at Sonic Temple. Yes, I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
This left a man this is a 21-year-old man in Iran, where I don't know if that's a big thing in Iran to get penis tattoos or if this is just one weird guy. But whatever. The patient reported that his member had become, I have to say this delicately. I'm going to try to say it the best way I can. Maybe I can get Chris Collinsworth to help me. It was not this.
But he's sort of much more erect.
But he also wasn't just nothing.
Flaccid.
He was flaccid, my crassid. I don't know. He was very much in the in-between state, apparently, for a permanent
They call
basis.
that semi.
Hofty is what we used to call it on the show many years ago. Between hard and soft, Hofty.
Okay.
Anyway, this 21-year-old man with not one, but 2 penis tattoos. I mean, do whatever you got to do.
That wasn't a doink. That was a dong.
Teddy, I know I'm playing the shaft ones and not the ball ones, but this, I mean, I feel
you
like
can play whatever you want.
It's relevant to the story.
Well, yeah, but for this show, you can play whatever
That's
you
right.
want.
I'm still on this show for today. And
if you want to steal your stuff in the morning, you can do that too, yeah.
Well, I may just do that. I don't know. If we have a lot of references to penile surgery or tattoos, rather. Anyway, this man had to go to the doctor, which imagine that. You book that appointment on your My Chart, and you're like, oh, what's the reason for your visit?
So what went wrong?
Well, it's I'm going to describe it as best I can. If you understand how the mechanism works, blood flow is important.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Well, apparently these tattoos went into a part of the skin that they shouldn't have, like a little deeper than they were supposed to. They caused pockets of blood flow to pull up and stay there. So not to move in and out. So that's why he was left with this condition where it was just kind of couldn't get more in to fit, right.
You know what,
and
T-Bone?
it could never fully.
I don't feel bad for him because he shouldn't be doing this anyways.
Well, I mean, he just Tyvis. I mean, how many times have you been walking by a tattoo parlor and thought, you know what? Maybe today's the day I get the penis tattoo. Yeah. He said, today is that day. I'm going to do it. And then it just didn't go well.
Oh, no.
Just had a little issue.
Yeah, no. Like that, there's certain things that you don't touch, and that area is something that you don't even
see. Tyvis, you're someone who I view as, like we had earlier last week. We talked about how you think you would be able to, like, you would be able to steal a base in Major League Baseball.
No,
okay.
they don't think.
Okay,
it's a fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact. There's no arguing it. Whatever. Here's what I'm asking you: is would you get a penis tattoo?
Are you insane?
Well, I'm not saying like you want it. No. What if it was just you go through the pain to show that you could take it, but then it goes away?
No.
No?
I don't have I don't even have a tattoo now.
I know. But I'm saying, like, I mean, why not get your first? No one will ever see it.
Down there, huh?
No one will ever get you. No one will ever see it.
Let's just jump in the water head first. Let's just.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we're not messing around.
It's Division I football.
That's right, Dan Hawkins. We're not playing intramurals, brother. Get in there.
I don't know what. I'm trying to figure out in my mind, like, what is important enough to tattoo there?
I don't know.
What, did he get his lover's name tatted on it? Is that what this is?
He's 21 years old. I hope that was a meaningful relationship to him, if that's what it was.
The kids say, tap my name on you so I know it's real. So maybe that's what this was. He was confessing his love for her.
By the way, if my kids are listening, that is terrible advice. The names I would have tattooed on my body, like I would have so many names now. Like I would have Topanga tattooed on my body, and she didn't even know who I am.
Yeah, Topanga. Yeah.
Back in the day,
I was watching
Boy Meets World.
I was watching Boy Meets World 2 days ago, and I was like, Topanga was. It was a point in time where she was like,
when we were kids. Yeah, it was like she was
the best looking girl in the world.
She was great.
Yeah.
Danielle Fishel. She's still doing great now.
Yeah,
like,
she actually looks
fantastic.
Didn't her and Ben Savage like get together in real life?
Did they?
I thought they.
I didn't think. I don't know.
They
if
didn't date real life. I gotta.
No, I don't know if they did or not. I know they've come back and done the show. Like they've done what is it now? Girl Meets World, I think, is like their kid or something in the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering, the man with the penis tattoos, he got help. He's fixed now. He's all better. I did see a detail I hadn't seen when I previously read this story that I will share with you very quickly. One of the tattoos was tip. That's apparently where one of the tattoos went.
On the tip?
Apparently. The bell end, as our British friends like to say.
He's insane.
Insane!
Like, this is the wildest thing.
I'm telling you.
I'm almost sweating just sitting here like this. You know how much pain that is? I think he was trying to prove him to be like a tough guy. I promise you that's what this was about.
I can't.
And
that was all about Cox. Fletcher Cox.
That's bad. I have tattoos, and now I don't even want to get another one because I just don't want it to accidentally slip and like, whoops. Oh my.
Yeah, no, he's insane. That up there, like I didn't even.
They used a medical term that I didn't track the first time I read this article, and now I'm reading it again, and it describes what this is, and I said, oh, that's no good.
Don't
do that.
Yeah.
What are the Bengals doing with Trey Hendrickson? Do we know? There's some updates. We'll give them to you next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for an accident that's blocking the right lane and causing delay on southbound 71 on the north side at Main Street. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between Sawmill Road and 71. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and get a $39.99 full synthetic oil change plus a free tire rotation. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Restrictions apply. Offer ends May 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV. RCD RV's open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock. Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala.
If the newest escape room in town is just you trying to escape from your busted garage door, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here with an opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th. Yes, pounds, and why not? I dropped my first 40 in just 8 weeks. It was easy, and it will be easy for you too. Take the medication-free and lasting approach. Awaken180weightloss.com.
When you're on the go, every minute counts. Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup helps you make the most of every second. Get all your weekly shopping done online, quickly and easily, from wherever you are, whenever you want. Have your Meyer order delivered to your home by the service awarded #1 in grocery delivery. Or pick it up yourself while out and about, whatever works for your schedule. The good life is in reach with Meyer Home Delivery and Pickup. See Meyer.com for details.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, you know what I love the most about you?
That I pay you to do these commercials?
That and the way you treat your customers.
All right, listen. I will hook you up in our warm, inviting environment. You will be greeted by our top sales professionals that are non-commissioned, but will help guide you through the entire process.
You're my guy, Bob. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com. Tell them Bob Capace sent you.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
Learn a lot in the YouTube chat today. It's T-Bone and Tyvis. New show, 6 a.m. on Monday. We will start 6 to 9 a.m. every day. You can hear us here on The Fan. The chat, though, the YouTube chat, we were talking about a lot of things. I mentioned Fletcher Cox in the last segment.
We talked about Cox.
This is from Stan, who says, I saw Fletcher Cox 2 years ago at North.